riffs are too repetitive, the lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides and the cover art's a mess. There's so much here to tear apart. Listen to it for a week, now that week has passed. It's Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Why I Hate This Album. I am one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey. Not with me, as always, co-host extraordinaire, Timothy Richardson. Well, that's not entirely true. He is nearby. I can see him. In fact, he is just enjoying the new remote control car that Santa brought him and could not be bothered to record a new intro for this week's episode. So instead, you just got me, but I'll keep it brief, I promise. In case you've forgotten, we are smack dab in the middle of celebrating ICPissmas, and a merry ICPissmas to you all. But the episode was so big, so meaty, so clown-filled, so Faygo-soaked, that we just didn't get that far. We only got through track number 4, so we had to cut it off there right at the hour mark, and we're going to bring you the second hour here. But before we do, I want to remind everybody, if you can, rate, review, subscribe, all that cool shit. However your podcast platform enables you to say, I really like this, and you should give them lots of money and attention, please do that. If you're on the Apple Podcast app, that's a simple 5 stars, and you can go about your day. Or, if you got a little extra time, throw a review in there. The weirder, the better. We're about to have our year-in review where we pick the strangest, the weirdest, the most recent reviews that we see and feature them here on the show. So if you want to be in that very prestigious group, please rate, review, and subscribe. All right, you can also reach out to us, and we want to hear from you. hatePodMail@gmail.com, or if you want to keep things a little more anonymous, you can go to hatepod.com and click on Contact Us in the upper left-hand corner. That has about half our episodes. Something broke. I don't have time to fix it, and Tim is not good at the computers. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. I hope you enjoy it. Luckily, glad we split this episode in 2. Had we not, you guys would have been starved of an episode this week because our editor took the week off and did not tell anyone, so we wouldn't have had shit for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I know some of you hate it when we split it, but rather than you get 2 delicious hours of podcast glory separated by 1 week rather than all at once blasted to your face and leaving you wanting more and without. All that out of the way, I bring you week 2, part 2, the second half of ICP's The Mighty Death Pop. We're going to pick up at track number 5, The Blaster.
I stick in my hand up early in the AM. Kurt's at the bus stop.
I got a sounds like here that drove me nuts, and you're probably not even going to have noticed it, which is totally fine. There's a weird guitar loop through this whole song that sounds a little bit like the Kill Bill soundtrack. That dung 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 dung.
Yeah, fair enough.
That aside, song's about a serial killer justifying his murders, or possibly Death Pop begins.
Sure, and I have a more fundamental problem with this.
Okay.
It's called the Blasta, right? You hear the word Blasta, what are you thinking of?
Some sort of giant ray gun or something like that.
Sure, some sort of firearm.
Yes.
This is about a stabist. Why is it called Blasta? There's
that's
no
a good
blasting.
point.
There's stabbing.
There's no blasting. You're stabbing.
The stabber. Right. Obnoxious. Yeah, it starts off as kind of a Jeremy type thing, right? But it's...
Oh, right, we get the skit.
Yeah, and it's the leave him alone, dude, that's messed up, that ain't cool. But so it starts off in school with a bullied kid, again, coming up with this justification, and where a better band this would be a complicated story where people would look down on the school shooter, but you have to understand there's some things in his past, this was a troubled kid, he's not like not necessarily like an evil person or something like that. Whereas ICP are fully on his side. Like they seem to be very pro school stabber.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how autobiographical this is. They're using first and last names.
We'll get to that. Let's go. I was maybe 13. They was hurtful and mean, especially this one fucker, Kurt Green. Fucked with me in the hallways, always. Abused the loser, they would all say. I walked in the lunchroom. I'm getting punched soon. If Kurt Green sees me, here comes the doom. This time he spit on the back of my head. My face turned red as the laughter spread. Daddy has a gun in the closet, way up in the black box. It's too bad though, because he always locks it, along with all of his crack rocks. Fuck it, ice pick in my hand up early in the AM. Kurt's at the bus stop, snuck up, 1+, stuck him in the temple, simple disaster. That was the debut of the bully Blasta. Let's start with this. Kurt Green, probably not a real person, right?
Yeah.
Don't name somebody in your song first and last name, even if it's a fake name, because here's the problem. There's a Kurt Green, that's got to be a fairly common name, right?
You would think.
There's got to be a Kurt Green that went to high school or went to middle school around the same time, around the same area. And I'm just imagining this guy, he's 40, he's in, white picket fence, nice neighborhood. He's, we'll say, a mechanical engineer in the general Detroit area. And he looks out his window.
By clowns.
Yeah, he wakes up one morning, he's getting coffee, his kids run around the kitchen table, he yells at them. He looks out the window and sees this obese, monochromatic clown just standing in his backyard, vacantly staring through his window in some sort of weird, misguided attempt at revenge because he was mentioned in this song and they've got an army of weird juggalos. And so he's doing that Randy Marsh voice of just, honey, do you see that too?
They're here again. God damn it.
Or what about this? They came for him and now he's coming for them. So he's some sort of like anti-juggalo vigilante who's just out there taking the trash out.
He's a man on fire for juggalos.
Yeah, every gathering of the juggalo, he shows up undercover in costume and just takes like 3 or 4 of them, drags them out.
More than that. Nobody's paying attention out there.
That's true, yeah.
You lose 3 or 4 of them, everybody just getting there.
Probably. You could probably just set a fire.
It's like Lewis and Clark. People are dropping like flies at the juggalos.
Yeah. Anyway, but this song, it's about a guy who he's abused, he's beaten up, he's spit upon, can't get his dad's gun, so he sneaks up at a bus stop and stabs this guy in the temple.
You know what's weird to me out of all of that? The responsible gun ownership. We love to see it.
Yeah. And honestly, unlike super allegedly, that scarf-wearing jackass, that duster-wearing jackass, responsible cocaine ownership as well.
Oh, right. Yeah, we don't even need to say his name.
We shouldn't say his name.
The medicine. You can do the research.
Yeah.
Let's see here. What else did you say? You said a lot. So he then murders his bully, and the bully Blasta is born with an ice pick, no less. Can you even buy an ice pick anymore? Have those ever been used for ice?
Not after Basic Instinct. They took them all out of circulation.
Got it. We hit the chorus. You fucked with the Blasta. Explosion. Till he doesn't know what he has to. You fucked with the Blasta. You don't know me. Till he does what he has to. Great. Chorus seems to celebrate his newfound superpower of murder, which, I do love the idea that they figured something out, or that and that's my origin story. You just got an ice pick and stabbed a kid in the temple. Yeah. You should be watched. I was 22 and the army's calling. I'm lifeless out here, so I'm all in. So time passes without killing, and so he heads to the one place where he will be allowed to kill without any sort of repercussions, the army. And I'm sharing my living quarters with a big-time prick from Oklahoma. I can't stand him or his aroma. Big thick-neck jock in his drawers, he flexed. They all kiss his ass because they don't want to be next. He gets stuck with a roommate. He doesn't like him, so he labels him a bully as well.
Yes.
Got a real bully over here.
Yeah.
Let's see. He snores like a bear, but tonight was nice. We all slept like babies, with his windpipe sliced. I did it with a straight blade razor and my bully Blasta behavior. Blasted that bully again.
Yep.
Good
and
stuff.
Again, slashed, stabbed, not blasted.
No. Years pass. They say 4 times in a row.
Love this.
The years pass bridge.
They kind of do a little doodly-doo.
Or a simple 4 years later. Now I got a family. I put it all behind me. My son gets picked on now, and it reminds me of murder. The bully soon came up missing. I spoke to my son, and I had an intuition. Did you have anything to do with this? He gave me no answer, just a hug and a kiss, and said, don't worry, Dad. Everything will be fine. Just you pay it no mind. It's all over.
Now, imagine if he was not the bully Blasta in this exact same situation. You're not grounding that kid.
You're not grounding that kid. I thought we were going to say we need to talk about Kevin.
No, I think you just let this one go. You've got some sort of Dexter situation happening. Just
some sort of good son. Macaulay Culkin's good son.
Oh yeah, not a great son.
Not a great movie.
No, but his son seems to have inspired him because he has his own. It reinvigorates his own murderous tendencies.
That's right.
At work, my boss is a bastard. He comes to the office halfway plastered, bitching, abusing all the women, and testing disgusting, but we accept it because of the recession. A little social commentary there. He grew up with my wife at the office party. I stood up for her. He swore he'd fire me. I threw him off the balcony, 13th floor. I guess I'm the bully blaster forevermore.
I love the idea that he does stuff like this and then turns to a group of people and he's like, I blasted that bully, hey guys? Real bully down there, huh?
Yeah, and see, that's the problem. Even if you murder somebody in front of them and then you tell this large group of people that you've named yourself since childhood the bully blaster, those people are gonna fucking bully you. Even if you are the bully blaster, because that's stupid. It's a stupid name and they're gonna bully you for it.
At the end of the day, you cannot give yourself a nickname.
Yep.
Just can't do it. Track number 6, Kickin' Kickin'.
God, I want to skip this. It's so stupid.
You mean my favorite song?
Yeah, that's why I want to skip it, because it's stupid and you're stupid.
All right, well, we'll move through it quickly. It opens with a sample from an unknown kung fu movie where one guy is super Australian for no apparent reason. He says, "Why must you challenge me? It's fate. I was born a ninja warrior, and I have to prove myself to all ninjas that I am the best around. Then you have got to defeat me first." Sure. Sets the stage for a pretty great song, probably one of my favorite songs ever. It's very catchy and about something I'm interested in for once. I have
Kung fu
no
movies.
idea what it has to do with Death Pop or the Mighty Death Pop, but we're going to sing the song now. Song goes, Kia, I'm a ninja, kickin' kickin', ninjutsu, huh-tuh, Kia, kickin' kickin'. It's sure fun to be a shogun, kickin' kickin', ninjutsu, hoota, Kia.
Fucking hate it. I hate it so much.
It's so great.
It's so stupid.
I'm not doing it justice because I'm not fully singing it. So basically, this whole song's about how much he loves ninjas. Yeah, I'm not kidding. He says, black gi, black mask, nunchucks. Ninja, round kick on you dumb fucks. Built like a dumpster, balance on chopsticks, backflips, dive rolls, dope drop kicks. Now, Tim, if they are in fact ninjas, are they wearing the paint under the mask?
I mean, you'd have to, or possibly over the mask.
Go on.
You wear a ninja mask and then you play your clown paint.
To the interesting. Okay, I never. That's such a good idea. Okay. No master, self-taught outlaw, 5 right feet to the jaw and a southpaw. Quick kick, turn your head like it's a thick chick. Knock an eyeball out like you slick Rick. What's not to love, Tim?
I mean, the song that you're reading.
No, what are you talking about? 5 front. Anyway, no, okay. The reason I read that line, though, is the very first part. No master, self-taught outlaw. So you grew up abroad with a slightly different group of kids, but in my elementary school, it was common to probably a couple times a year, you would meet a kid that would claim to be a self-taught kung fu master.
Oh, 100%. This exists all over the world.
Okay.
I can spin this stick around one finger and deflect things, and then you say, "May I see it?" And they say, "No."
No. Got a big karate tournament this weekend. It's to the death. What?
Garrett, I have a small confession to make.
You were that kid?
I was this kid. No, God, no.
I've met other people who had that kid, and that kid went as far as having his parents make fake trophies for him.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't get nearly that. But you and I did know a guy who claimed to be a best-selling author.
Who did we know?
Remember him? Remember the Chronic Liar?
Oh,
yeah. No. And not that guy. That guy was different.
That guy claimed to be a best-selling, or at least an author of books.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Not Busey's friend. There was another guy who was like a couple of years younger than you who claimed he was he made several lies and eventually I think was ostracized. But God, I wish you could remember him. Anyway, yeah, he claimed to have one book and was writing another and was going to New York for signings, and we were like, hey, you definitely were in your dorm room all weekend.
Yeah.
Also, we tried to Google your book and it didn't come up.
Yeah.
Wire neck, pole slice. Kill him, finish my bowl of rice. Assassination, you know the price. Shikow! Like Dolomite. Attack in the dark like poltergeist. You're pressing your luck
we
like
don't have to
roll
read
the dice.
Every bit of this song.
And come back bloody while I hold the mic. Ninjas creep in the cold of night. Now, Tim, you're the resident expert here. Do ninjas strangle? I say yes. I think the boys did their homework.
Sure, a ninja can strangle. That's the thing about ninjas. They have no honor.
Wow. Shots fired.
No, they'll just come in the middle of the night. Listen, here's the problem. It's not even just a strangling, it's a surprise strangling. There's nothing dishonorable honorable about facing somebody that knows you're going to strangle them and then strangling them. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with like hiding in the dark, waiting until somebody falls asleep, maybe hiding under the bed and then just reaching around and strangling. Because it's
a classic strangle reach around.
You got to give them a chance to strangle back a little bit.
Oh, boy, that really ended differently than I expected. Also, you better have some strong fucking hands if you're going to lie under somebody's bed and reach up and strangle them to death.
You know, that might be my problem.
Yeah, that's no wonder you're getting strangled back. So, song continues with an outro that has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the song, but makes a very futile attempt to return us back to the death pop theme. It's a dumb guy who is in the army and thinks that he's going to be a hero and save his whole platoon. And instead let's just listen. He says, "We're surrounded, guys. We got to stay put till help arrives." And the jackass replies, "Stay my ass. I'm headed right up that path. The orders were to stay here, Clancy. Those orders are for pussies. Heroes like me do their own thing. I'm headed up that fucking path, guns blazing. You guys staying or coming with me?" Clancy, the path is probably infected with landmines. Nobody's secured it yet.
Interesting that they chose that word.
Infected?
Yes.
Yeah, it is weird. I would have said littered, but whatever. Pop's right. We really should stay here and wait it out. Well, fuck you too, Cuddy. You two bitches stay here. Watch a real man do the damn thing. Help is on the way. Don't do it, man. Cocks his gun, begins running. Come on, motherfuckers! Kaboom! The death pop. Idiot. They literally say the death pop.
Yes. Yep.
That brings us to track number 7, Bazooka Joey.
We have another Rampage song?
Yes.
But I want to offer
love of bazookas and bubblegum.
A little defense of these two shitty fake clowns. These sticky, smelly, filthy dipshits.
If we say it like we're not friends, go ahead.
If we went into your racist old grandfather's garage and we found a bazooka in there, this is pretty
more
close to what would happen.
Unfortunately accurate. The intro is done by the ringleader voice again. They say, "This is the story of a man on the edge who all but lost his way until one day he discovered in his palms a rocket launcher," which is fascinating. This is a man who has literally down on his luck until he found the healing power of a bazooka.
Yeah, and I think that it would certainly heal or fill a very specific hole that I have, a bazooka-shaped hole that I have in my soul.
I think it was Walt Whitman that said most men are destined to be born with a bazooka-shaped hole in their hearts.
Yeah. Grandpappy was a World War II vet, and I found this bazooka set in the basement with a bag of mortars. Yeah, bitch, I'm done taking orders. Dragged it outside, tried it out, dropped a shell in it, and fired it out across the street into the neighbor's kitchen. Now half their house is missing. Okay, first of all, they don't seem to know what a bazooka is. They're describing a mortar.
Yeah, that is confusing.
Completely different thing. But Grandpappy was a World War II vet. In previous episodes, we have talked about what would be like a very awkward job to have as a juggalo, right? Middle school teacher, airline pilot, member of a different band, psychiatrist, youth pastor, all these things made the list. But here's a genuinely good one, right? World War II soldier, hunting Nazis dressed as one of these lunatics 45 years before anyone had ever seen one of these lunatics. No explanation whatsoever. That's fucking terrifying.
Books would be written about that man.
Absolutely.
He'd basically be a real life Captain America.
Right. Yeah. And I think that like some of the Band of Brothers type guys, they would do like shave mohawks into their heads to look more intimidating as they parachuted into their probable deaths. But like imagine, like juggalos don't exist. You're the first juggalo and you've chosen to be a juggalo while carrying a fucking flamethrower and setting Nazi bunkers on fire.
God, you've made the juggalo lifestyle sound very appealing.
Yeah, and if you were, the rest of the lifestyle makes a ton of sense too, because you'd need to have like a lot of sugar probably to keep that enthusiasm up. So you'd want the Faygo, but you'd also be like some I
jacked on some methamphetamine.
Sure, yeah, there we go.
Let's see. Then we get to the chorus, which it's a good chorus. He says, "And I'm dancing." He's dancing with a goddamn bazooka. Bazooka Joey. bazooka. Bazooka Joey. It's great because I would be dancing too with a goddamn bazooka. I'd be like, well, whatever I do, it will be with a goddamn bazooka because I own one. Can the bazooka come? I'd probably name it Brutus, Bilbo Bazooka.
I like Bilbo Bazooka. That's a really good name.
Yeah, but not necessarily for a bazooka. Like
maybe
for you.
the Mighty Death Pop.
God damn it, that's a pretty good name. But don't think I'm not calling you Bilbo Bazooka now. That's still happening.
Yeah.
Listeners, write in hatePodMail@gmail.com. Should we legally change Tim's name to Bilbo Bazooka?
We could just go with Bilbo.
Oh, bazooka. Anyway, song escalates. I'm blowing new cop cars into stockyards. Bitch, this is a bazooka. You not hard. See the SWAT team hiding in a limousine? It seems they're smithereens. Now, he's doing this all wrong. If you are on a bazooka rampage, you have to assume the moment you fire on police, that rampage is over. They are not going to negotiate. What you've got to do is you've got to take out a high value target while firing at non-civilian infrastructure to show you're serious, but still have some leverage having not actually taken a life yet.
Sure.
Like the
This
moment
is
you're firing
well
on
thought out.
Well, I'm just thinking about we have all got a plan should we happen upon a bazooka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't pretend you don't.
My plan, immediately bring it to Garrett's.
You were smart to bring this to me. Why are you talking like that?
I feel like if I don't share the fact that I have a bazooka with you, you're gonna be real tough to live with later. Like that's you're not gonna let that
regret
go.
it down the road.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like, I mean, it would be kind of funny though, like if there was like a whole bunch of video and pictures of me, and I just got to like slip them into conversations of like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? Nothing much.
Just
Bilboing around.
Me and my buddy Bilbo went on a little walk. Let's see. Then we get a bit of a sketch. It's the perspective of the police as they attempt to surround Tim and his bazooka. They say, "All right, we need to secure the perimeter immediately." Whoa! Wait a minute. What is that? Whoa! Get out of there! For Christ's sake, he's got a goddamn bazooka. Back the fuck up. This is the best song.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, it's a song approximating what we would do with a bazooka. So
let's see. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with Death Pop aside from it being like a really short path to death.
Yeah.
We got to get moving. Okay, track number 8, Shooting Stars.
Come to kill Chris Brown and shock this industry crowd. Fuck 'em dead in his seat.
A lot more serious in tone. Got some weird guitar in the background that sounds a little like Gary Clark Jr.'s shitty cover of Come Together.
Yeah.
Let's see.
This is another song that they have on several of their albums where it's just a murdery revenge fantasy that's not really about anything specific. Well, this is about something very specific, but a lot of times they just have these like, I want to avenge something that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
But it's not, it's not because, like, it's not like I want to protect. It's not I want to help. It's not I want to, I want to be the good guy. It's I'm angry and this is a socially acceptable way to do it, to get my anger out, right? So it's sort of a cheat.
Yeah, I want to kill someone and I think I could probably kill this guy and get away with it.
Yeah, this is a song about being a gentleman and avenging Rihanna against Christopher Maurice Brown.
And I gotta say, on the surface, it's hard to disagree with some of the Insane Clown Posse's general sentiments. Maybe the murder part is a little far.
Well,
but
again, I think that they're not here for the right reasons, Garrett.
Okay, yes, you're 100% right. I will give them credit for, not mincing words and just going head on up to and including a sample of Chris Brown.
Sure, yeah.
Like, they literally begin the song with him at some award show just saying, I want to thank first and foremost all the fans that supported me from day one, my label, God, brothers, sisters, family members. All the while, you hear Violent J muttering to himself and loading a gun. Which, that's pretty powerful. A lot of people wouldn't come that forward with it, but they do.
Yeah, and again, then it's just mostly about how they would murder Chris Brown.
Yeah, pretty much. Drove all the way from Detroit, backseat full of weapons. If I'd have got pulled over, they'd have been dead in seconds. Whipped out a hitch. I arrive on the 405, the Staples Center. Tonight's the Grammys live. Don't got no ticket, but I ain't here to scream and applaud. I come to kill Chris Brown and shock this industry crowd. The song is just about killing Chris Brown. Fuck him dead in his seat, which is kind of funny. He beat the hell out of his woman, and they still on his nuts. That's true. I don't understand why people just forgave that.
And this is a thing. It feels like they're a little bit jealous of Chris Brown, right? He beat the hell out of his woman and he's still on his nuts. It's I don't understand why they still like him, but also it's like, and I want to say this, maybe wipe off the weird makeup, do a few sit-ups.
I guess. I don't think that's the problem. I think it's the music.
Yeah, well, okay. It's the constant violent revenge fantasies about people they don't know. And people
Also
they do
that.
know.
Yeah, I will applaud them for at least picking somebody that is truly a piece of shit. Like, I'm not saying that you should definitely kill Chris Brown, not saying that. You should definitely be like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to your music, you piece of human
Here's
garbage.
the thing. No one should kill Chris Brown, but were he to be killed, I would not be sad.
Well said. Track number 9, Juggalo Juice.
Juggalo juice, crack that fat boy, let it go loose. Drink it, spray it, whatever you're used to it up. Like
If you're playing at home, get out your ICP bingo cards because Juggalo Juice will certainly tick a box for all of you out there because we have not gotten to the Faygo celebration song, and that's what this is.
Yeah, I thought briefly when looking at this, I was hopeful that this was not a song about Faygo. This was a song about juicing a juggalo or juice that comes from a juggalo or drinking from a juggalo. I'm torn.
It would have been a much better song if this was from the perspective of the mighty Death Pop, who gets the juggalo after they've made the poor choice and juices them and wrings them dry of their grease.
Sure.
He drinks that grease, Tim.
That's fair. They start off just listing flavors. It's his retirement grease. They start off just listing flavors of Faygo, and I mean, there's an oppressive amount.
So many. I had to look up a few.
Yeah, but
60-40.
Cream pie is a mistake for a soda pop.
There's a few that are gross. Rock and Rye is apparently vanilla cream soda. 60-40 is Squirt. Let's see. There was one other. Oh, Cotton Candy.
Yeah, and there's more at the end, and it's all gross. But I don't know that we ever solved this. Do you think they're getting paid by Faygo?
Faygo has actually been pretty adamant that they have nothing to do with them.
See, and I think that's a mistake because who else is buying Faygo?
Nobody.
Right, so
Literally nobody.
Yeah, and okay, if they are getting paid, they should have to disclose that information, right? But
yeah,
it's weird to be, I mean, we're not, I tried to do commercials. Doug Stanhope used to do this on his podcast where he would do offensive material and then do ads for very banal things that they were not paying him for in an attempt to get paid to stop doing them by those companies. Is it possible that their plan is we're gonna create the least appealing demographic in America and associate that with your product unless you give us money?
I don't know, because you got to imagine, to your point, no one's drinking Faygo.
Yeah. I mean, but again, they're literally advertising it in this song. There's a line in here, it's cheaper than Coke.
And it is. It's disgusting. Yeah, okay, let's get into it quickly. Who gives a shit? That precious sauce, Juggalo Juice. Crack that fat boy, let it go loose. Drink it, spray it, whatever you use. Do it up like Joey and Big Joe Bruce. Yeah, I mean, they love the soda. They will make you try it if you get near them. Throw it up in the sky to soothe that itch. Slap it up, silly, and boot that bitch. New theory. Are they using Faygo to soothe that constant Juggalo itch?
If so, that's why it's never actually solved.
It's a temporary solution and just makes the problem worse long term.
Yes.
Just let it fly, Juggalo Juice, into the sky. My Faygo, hey, don't worry why, Juggalo Juice, until you try my Faygo, hey. This is a song by adult men.
Yeah, and it's a bad song. I think we should move on.
Yeah, I will skip all the rest of my notes until we get to the very, very, very end where they list more flavors, many of which I could not find online, including Orange Chug and City Soda. What is City Soda?
I don't know. All sodas should be city beverages.
Well, hopefully not Flint.
Oh dear. Oh, maybe that is. It's soda.
Lead-filled soda.
No. It's not that. It's for the people of Flint, Michigan who grew up with their water and are nostalgic for it, right? So it's a way to safely get that taste.
Right. Contains no lead, but you can really taste the lead.
It might contain a little lead. All right. Track number 10. Hate Her to Death. We have singing, sort of?
No one expected a rock ballad.
Yeah. And this is a real incel anthem, right? This is a song about a woman who is wonderful, beautiful, kind, sweet, funny, etc. But because she does not want to date. The protagonist, she deserves death. And again, like the Chris Benoit song, on an album where it's about simple mistakes, simple, stupid decisions that lead to your rapid death. And this is in...
Are you saying that she's a fool not to love this man and it's going to result in her sudden death?
I mean, if we're taking the concept or the theme of this album seriously, that's what they're saying. I don't think that's what they're saying, but...
Right, but kinda.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this is some real Garrett high school poetry stuff. Man, I hate that this is even remotely relatable, but it is. So, after saying I fucking hate her to death repeatedly, the song begins. She's incredible, unforgettable, undeniable, breathtaking. I'm furious. She's so mysterious. I'm curious, earth-shaking. She's always right every time. I fucking hate her to death. She gives me sight, though I'm blind. I fucking hate her to death. This girl's amazing, and she does nothing but make this guy's life better, and for that reason, she must die.
Well, she won't fuck him.
Well, we have a problem. She isn't his. This is, I mean, Tim, obviously, again, not resulting in death, but I pined after so many ladies that had no interest in me in high school.
If I may quote the great Juby, Justin Bieber, if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. I miss you more than life, and if you can't be next to me, your memory is ecstasy. I'll miss you more than life.
It's fascinating to me that you remembered that song.
Yeah, well, we were going to do this like several weeks ago, and I did a lot of prep work.
Before you figured out we'd
already done this.
Right. That's good stuff. Yeah. Good waste of time. Love to hear it.
I'd be happy with her in a coffin. Now, does he mean he'd be happy if she were dead and in a coffin? Or does he mean he would like to be sealed in a coffin with her corpse?
Oh, I was thinking maybe he just wants to keep her alive in a coffin with him.
Either way, not going to be alive long. You cannot wall somebody up.
I watched you can.
You can wall somebody. You listen, okay, you can't with a Joe Brew or Joe Utz mindset of I'm not going to do the legwork to provide oxygen.
Yeah, no, they're terrible engineers. What did I want to say about this? Oh, I accidentally watched the music video and it's really odd. So it starts and it kind of tracks like with a nerd who's being bullied and he's stalking a girl and he's drawn a bunch of creepy drawings of her and the bully gets a hold of him and shows her and is like, hey, this guy's clearly jaying off to drawings of you. And he is. And he's super embarrassed. But then the music video gets crazy. He, long story short, gets force powers. It's kind of the only way I can say it. And he murders all the bullies with his force powers and sort of gets the girl.
Interesting. Well, that's not what the song is about.
No. The chorus says, she's funny. She's shining. She's happy. I fucking hate her to death. She's caring. She's fine. She's smiling. I fucking hate her to death. What is their deal with the word shining? She's shiny. That's the something. It doesn't matter. Shiny, shining, shining.
Yeah,
what do they think shining is?
I don't know.
It's very odd. I want you off this planet. You don't love me and I just can't stand it. I see her wings and halo often. I'd be happy with her in a coffin. God. Yeah. He wants her dead. If he can't have her, no one can.
Yeah. If I can't be close to you, I'd settle for the ghost of you.
Now, Tim, have you ever pined for a young lady that maybe you didn't go this far, but perhaps you were just like, God, but the guy she is dating sucks?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Stop looking at me like that. Track number 11, Scream, featuring Hobson and Tech 9.
Hobson's here. Stick your tongue out when my cock is near. I ain't about shit, but a lot of nonsense, yeah. I'm an asshole.
I don't like this either.
Well, listen, we're in the back 6 or 7 here at this point.
But I mean, this is
not going to get great.
Such an easy cut.
It's a gross song, but it's a lot happier. I'll say that.
Easy cut.
Easy cut. They say, shriek off feather lungs. Southwest Strangler, here he comes.
Yeah, I didn't care for that. Apparently there's stranglers working all over this great nation, and I feel like I'm going to get the blame for at least some of them.
Oh, I was going to ask you. So he says, and I'm the Duke here to rock the place, crack a fago, and sock your face. Tim, are you aware of a Southwest Strangler?
No.
Unsanctioned strangle.
Hey, listen, there's not like a Tim. No, okay, first of all, not that I am not a strangler. My point, though, is that it's not like Tims or cowboys or ninjas or any of the rest of this. There's no confederation. Oh my God, there might be a confederation of stranglers.
That's what I assumed. I've seen your meetings. Anyway.
No, those are Tim meetings. They just happen to be populated by a lot of people who have been caught strangling.
That happen to be strangling enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into this song. Let's go run to the graveyard quick, fast, dig up a body, and kick its ass. Tim, we finally found something that's more cowardly than punching a sleeping man. Beating up a corpse.
That's true, but how satisfying if you really had a real enemy just to kick the shit out of that corpse.
I gotta say, it's petty, but it would feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's gonna be like pornography, though. Like, because they're dead, you can really go too far. And like, the moment that head comes off, you're gonna be like, fuck you! Oh, what have I done? This isn't me.
You can go a little too far, even with a man, with a living man, you know?
Yeah, it's called death.
Yeah. Also, what do you mean you can go too far with pornography?
No, the instant regret. They're just like, this is...
Right, so you're not going too far with pornography.
I don't see how you could.
Okay, you're going way too far. Okay.
Song continues, deep in my head, pressure rises, but we love being who the world despises. And that's just a taste. Inhale and bust one out of your face. Some kind of face orgasm? Or they're screaming and also climaxing? What is this?
I'm gonna say face orgasm. I didn't think that,
like it.
But I'm in now.
The chorus is scream! Ah! What the fuck? Like a wild banshee. That again, busting up like a wild banshee. Hey, bitch. Then we get a taste of Hobson. One of our
These
listeners.
two, we don't need them. They don't add anything.
No. I gotta say, Hobson comes in a little aggressive. He says, hey, bitch, Hobson's here. Stick your tongue out when my cock is near. I ain't about shit, but a lot of nonsense. Yeah. You sure are, Hobson. Goodness gracious, you just made the list. You're gonna be a future guest of this show. It's aggressive. And then, let's see. He's negging her a little bit. Come sit on my lap. You're a hot mess, dear. Your face kind of resembles a Loch Ness.
This is too much on the negging. This is...
Yeah. You can't say somebody looks like the Loch Ness Monster.
I can tell by the feces smell that's all over your breath.
That's too much.
Yeah, she's not gonna...
Would you just eat a shit sandwich? You want to go out? What? Then I think this is this is still Hobson. Hobson keeping it hot. He says, I'ma keep it raw. I'ma keep it ill. I'm a psycho, so I never want to chill. I figure by looking at me that you know the deal. My penis is hard. Why don't you come give it a feel? Oh my goodness, it's coming. So let me translate Hobson for you. I'm not going to use a condom. Yes, I have several diagnosed ills. We will be having more sex than anyone could possibly enjoy. And yes, I will finish quickly every time.
As one does.
I see. Let's see here. I feel it building in me. I'ma let it go fast. It's so much weight on my shoulders. Let my vocal blast. Face orgasm.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta give a little bit of attention to Tech 9. He showed up. All the mushrooms, X and lean. That'll never take away this dream. Check out the way that I bust a scene. Fucking the industry is making it scream. So Tech 9 isn't just fucking hoes and talking about his hard penis. He's fucking the industry, Tim, making it scream. Also, he's a better rapper than Hobson.
Yeah, but both meh.
Then we get another sketch built right into the song, not its own track. Fuck you, ICP. Let's see. What is this one about? It's Todd, right?
Oh, this is the smurfin one.
Oh, right. Doing some new drug. So he says, you hear a heartbeat, and then some dude pipes up and says, y'all about to get so beyond fucked up? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go for it, Todd. Haven't you had enough, Todd? Enough of your mouth. Fix me a fat rip. Todd's fucking crazy, man. He's the shit. He don't give a fuck. Man, that's awesome. All right, it's ready. This shit will floor a fucking elephant. Yeah. Todd, your face. It's turning blue. He's turning blue, dude. Awesome. It's called smurfing. You want the rest, Todd, or what? Yeah, man. Fucking go for it. Come on, that's enough already. Please, just stop it. Hear a racing heartbeat in the back room. Whoa, man, that's it. He took all of it. Yes. Are you all right, Todd? The death pop. What was that? Is he dead? Awesome.
Track number 12, Ghetto Rainbows.
More singing, this time by Mr. Legs Diamond.
Yeah. How the fuck could this be? Up in the sky, there is a rainbow over the hood.
It reminds me of that Miracles song.
Yeah, it does. They're wondering at nature, right? This is fucking magnets. How does this work? And this is the first of a couple of songs on this album that seem to be telling the audience just, hey, listen, life's pretty shitty, but yeah, there's a rainbow every now and then. It's pretty cool. And it's a weird motivational poster type of nonsense that is like kind of run through their particular filter of awful.
Yes.
And I will also say this. I don't believe that they're fans of rainbows because clowns traditionally quite colorful. And these guys specifically chose not to be. They are not on the side of the rainbow.
Monochromatic rainbow?
Ew.
Let's see. Yeah, so they take us through the ghetto. And they say, let's see. We got homes abandoned, fires flare. Don't dare walk down over there. Hookers, pimps, oxy 80s, trailer park meth labs, crack babies. In the spot, work and cook up, walk outside, take a look up. It's a rainbow over the city. Look back down around you, shitty. Yeah, it is literally that for like fucking 6 verses, contrasting the ills of society and how bleak it is with the beauty of nature and the inspiration of rainbows.
Yeah. It's
6 verses.
Yeah, and we're going to read all of them. So
No, we're not. No, we're not. I will read a couple things, though. Built with AIDS, Hep C, and Coke. I ain't talking Pepsi. Crack smoke. All in the rain, down the drain. Mom's in pain, need that boy in her veins. I've never heard drugs referred to as that boy.
yeah, don't care for it.
I gotta get that boy in my veins. Let's see.
The other one, though, it also comes across like it doesn't matter because you're not important. Because
What do you mean?
Well, so, okay, if you're standing there looking at a rainbow, you might wonder where'd your brains go. For everyone that wanna see you succeed, 100 mo wanna see you bleed. So the world's against you. And
Yes.
then in the bridge, they say, cars on blocks, little dumb glow, skies above glitter with gold, body in the alley with blew out brains. There'll still be a rainbow after it rains. So it sounds like they're just saying, listen, it doesn't matter if you die. The rest of us get a rainbow. You're not
Right.
important. You are not the clown.
Well, it's very confusing because they're marveling at the rainbow, and then you get a whole verse dedicated to, so when you check out that rainbow, be careful and look about. Otherwise, somebody will shoot you in the face.
Yeah, and it is a growing concern.
It's really muddling the message because you start out with how beautiful is nature, and by the end we're talking about not chasing waterfalls. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Track number 13, When I'm Clowning.
When I'm clowning,
I get silly like something lace my Philly.
Oh, I really don't like this song.
Yeah, this is another easy cut.
Yeah, this opens with laughing and what I can only describe as clown noises.
I said I could do without all the clown noises.
Yeah, a lot of horn honking. There's a honk breakdown at some point. The laughing never really stops. Although what I do enjoy about this is that it's a classic Violent J v Shaggy song, where you can really see that Violent J is the better lyricist just by the words that they choose to say. So, song follows a basic pattern. First, Jay tells us what he does when he's clowning, and then Shaggy tells us what he does when he's clowning. So Jay starts us off. He says, when I'm clowning, my heartbeat pounding, I sweat so much I'm drowning because my show's astounding and Fago grape I'm downing. Likes to get sweaty, likes to perform, likes to waterboard himself with grape Fago. Pretty normal stuff. Let's see. Then we get, I think the next is Shaggy. When I'm clowning, abracadabra, alakazam, what have ya, quick sleight of hand, I stab ya. Demons crawl out and grab ya. When I'm clowning, there's plenty laughing. Blood on the walls, what happened? A massive murder stabbing, cause wicked shit I'm blabbing. What? How did this? So they're clowns?
Yeah, I don't know. Who cares?
Okay, hold on. Well, sure, you could say who cares to this whole thing, but it's tradition, Tim, so we must remain enthusiastic. Perhaps when they're quote-unquote clowning, they are role-playing. They are having those murderous rampages as more of a fantasy, like LARPing, only they are very much killing them. Get what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like
So
they're-
that's how they excuse
In your
it.
words,
That's
they're
okay.
stealing clown valor.
Well, so in all of these, most of these albums, there is the character, the theme, the main whatever dark carnival person is killing people because they are killing others or because they're doing something seriously bad to others, not just acting stupid. So maybe they are clowning. That gives them a little bit of separation. Listen, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was just clowning.
That's when I was clowning.
Yeah,
Once the makeup goes on, it's different.
Ugh. Anyway, don't care.
Yeah, let's keep moving. Track 14, Dog Catchers.
Wish you come for me, I'd introduce you to the death. Fuck your damn lecture. I'm the dog catcher.
Wow.
Yeah, this starts off with the Dog the Bounty Hunter sample with the N-bombs dog barked out.
Barked out. Man, okay, so lots here in case anybody's not aware of the background. This whole song is devoted to mocking or at least looking down upon Dog the Bounty Hunter. And normally, I would say if ICP is looking down on what you're doing or considers it to be quote-unquote whack, you're probably on the right track. Not in this case.
Sure, it's a diss track to somebody that genuinely deserves it, because that guy sucks.
Yeah, he does. But how much does it suck to be mocked by ICP?
Sure.
Now, Tim, I want to read the sample that opens the song. What word should we use in place of, obviously, the incredibly offensive word that Dog the Bounty Hunter used freely? I was going to say shampoo, or...
You could just say clown.
I like it, clown. Okay, so it opened with a sample, we'll call it, of Dog the Bounty Hunter saying the following. Not my words. We use the word clown around here sometimes here. He literally says that. 'Cause some fucking clown heard us say clown and turned us into the Inquirer magazine. Our career is over. I'm not taking that chance at all. Now, folks, just a reminder, he does not say clown. What's crazy is that this is what really took them down. The recording of him saying it repeatedly, not the actual article he's talking about in which they said he says it repeatedly.
Yeah.
Anyway, probably not the first or last time he used those words. As for this song, they say, yeah, bitch, you're a glorified snitch with a nuclear mullet. I got the name dog engraved on my bullets. I do want to let people know, like, don't carve into your bullets. That's not safe. Just don't do that. I wish you'd come for me. I'd introduce you to death, Pop. Fuck your damn lecture. I'm the dog catcher. Come to the D. I'll bet you leave on a stretcher. Couple things here. One, nice try trying to tie it back to Death Pop. It's not related. Just give it up. Two, I did always have a really hard time with that dude giving people fucking lectures. Like, you caught me. That's fine. Don't make me listen to your lectures. I don't know how much Dog the Bounty Hunter you've seen.
Yeah, it is nice that he always gave everyone a cigarette, though.
I did think that was nice. Although, have you ever tried to smoke a cigarette without without using your hands?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's so burny in your eyes.
Yeah.
And sometimes lap. Okay, continuing on. Sucks to be you, a fake Rambo with no gun, which legitimately good line.
Yeah.
Makes fun of her wife, makes fun of his wife.
Here's the
says
thing.
just the way you like it, Thundercat hairstyle, which is very funny.
These guys are fine if they're making fun of somebody that's genuinely worse than they are, right? That's a situation in which they are very well suited. Here's the problem. Not a lot of people fit that bill. You got Chris Brown, you got Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's about it.
Kudos to them for finding those two, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Somehow they write about this for 4 verses with no choruses, and I'm not going to read any more of them. Track 15, Daisies.
Crazy, the yellow dot of a daisy.
Super sparse, weird yin-yang twins beat. Sounds like they're almost hitting like a brass pot.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It's a Violent J solo song, which is interesting. And I'm going to let you...
I don't know necessarily. Is it a solo song or is he the only one that performs on it? I don't know if it was...
I think he's the only one that wrote it. Maybe with their producer,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
Shaggy Two Dope is definitely the meg of the situation. Now, Tim, I'm not gonna reveal it. I will let you reveal it. What's this song about?
Well, this is about a guy that has essentially survived the apocalypse, only to be wandering the wasteland alone, miserable, and insane. Again, sort of the opposite of what's supposed to be the theme of this album, until he comes across a daisy, a single daisy.
What?
Which makes him believe that life will go on. I mean, it's really a celebration of the human spirit, of nature, of life finding a way, as patron saint of the show, Ian Malcolm once said. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so excellent summation. Here's my only real issue with the song. It should be called Daisy, not Daisy.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's the thing, because
there's only the one.
But they do imply that he believes that there will be more, but another one never comes up, right?
That's right.
So it's unclear if this is just fate fucking with him or something. You know, like this is just a one last fuck you of like, oh, hey, it's going to be all... No, it's not. You're fucked. It's also unclear because he seems to think like, oh, there's a daisy. We're all going to be okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
It's, you're the last of your kind. You're not fucking that daisy. You're not going to make some sort of
daisy.
You're not going to make some sort of man-daisy hybrid. You're still fucked.
Sort of daisy baby.
Ooh.
A davy. So in case anybody thinks that there might be some subtext here that we're missing, let's just read a couple excerpts. The song begins, dreadful dust, gloomy sun, all blank, matter gone, lifeless vast, all done. Nature and trees, fallen. Gray skies, death, dead air. Nowhere, nothing's here except me. I'm in luck, or am I? 'Cause I'm fucked. Flat surface meets the eye in every direction I try. Though hazy, I see something crazy. The yellow dot of a daisy. This is a song about a daisy.
Yes.
Only other thing I wanted to call out, I smelled it. Like magic cane, euphoria of new life straight to the brain. I haven't smelled anything for years. A new beginning is what this is. Folks, when the end times come, there will be no shortage of smells. This is inaccurate.
Yeah. And you know what? Even if there are, and you're a juggalo, there's still a pretty strong smell. In fact, the absence of other smells is only going to make the juggalo smell all that much stronger.
Stand out. Yeah. Then he does 2 more verses, whole verses about this daisy.
Yeah. It's interminable.
Good word. Track 16, Where's God?
Boogeyman 2, you don't own a gun? Man, you should plan to. Am I looking at shit negatively?
This one starts off a bit jazzy for some reason.
Yeah, I have no idea why, but I mean, thank God. Finally, ICP is asking the questions we've all arrived at the mighty Death Pop to be answered. Where's God?
Yeah, this is a song about the problem of evil.
Problem of evil, the existential crisis of are we alone in the universe?
I think they're secret Christians, Garrett.
Of course they are.
They said, okay, here's a quote from them. The message is no matter how shitty and empty life seems, there's those little things we don't even pay attention to that make life better. We just don't realize it till it's too late. Stay positive and be an optimist and life will be less empty. That might not be a quote from them. There's less, it's too grammatically correct, but that's what the song is about, right?
It seems like it's questioning the existence of God in the song.
It sort of does, but it's got kind of a AA message almost, like this let go and let God thing.
Right. You're right to question it, but you're also wrong to think you'll get an answer.
You're right to question it, but it's in the questioning that you come to realize that he's been carrying you the whole time. That is the Insane Clown Posse message. One set of footprints, Garrett. One set of footprints. But it gets graphic in between there. Innocent folks, wrong place at the wrong time, doing bids or drawn in a chalk line, little kids crossing the bridge too young, some tortured before they come. Damn, gross. Evil is here, the boogeyman too. You don't own a gun. You don't own a gun. Maybe you should plan to. Am I looking at...
Pause. I want to ask you this. At what point do you and I, so we are not currently gun owners living in the state of New York. Given the trajectory of the rate at which the U.S. population is arming itself, Tim, at what point are we foolish for not buying a gun?
I will say this. I never understand why specifically liberals want to disarm. I think if there's anyone that should arm, probably those liberals. And Garrett, I will answer your question by saying only this. There is a storage locker in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yep. We're fine. Okay. We are fine. Bit of a drive.
Let's get to the chorus, Tim, because it's one of the few points of joy that I had on the album. Now, before I ever listen or look at the lyrics, I like to do a couple listen throughs, see what stands out. And for me, the chorus stood out quite a bit because the chorus goes, where's God? We don't know that. Where's God? Where's God when shit goes down? I want to know. Where's God? Etc., etc. The important part is the where's God, because the way that they say where's God, what I heard was where's Scott? And I, for the life of me, was just like, who the fuck is Scott?
That's great.
Yeah. Apparently, they're saying God. Oh, I was worried that we had a Martin Luther King sample in this song.
Oh?
We don't. The random pastor.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That says there's not an individual who has ever confessed Christ, who has not at one time or another said the wrong thing, thought the wrong thing, done the wrong thing, and I don't care how saved you are. Is a random pastor. I was unable to attribute it to anybody, but listening to it without having checked the dossier, I was like, oh no, please don't tell me they put Martin Luther King into a... It didn't sound like him, so I was optimistic, but luckily it is not.
Yeah. In a 2013 interview on ICP's website, Violent J was asked if the song was implying that they no longer believe in God. He responded, "We haven't lost any faith in God. In fact, we have more faith now than ever. We ask, where's God? Because as people go through their lives and face hard times, that is a question we've all asked ourselves, no matter who you are or how close to God you are." Garrett, not so secret Christians.
Yeah, not so secret Christians. Track 17, for my money, the last track, Forever.
It ain't better. I wanna be with Shaggy and Billy, my dogs for life, and I pray that I'll never change him.
Yeah, this is the last track because track 18 is outtakes and we are not going to address it.
good. This song is weird. It begins with guitar whistling and someone repeating forever, forever, forever. Pretty much the whole song. We get a little perspective from Violent J to open us up. This life is tricky, mean and strange. You can only be sure about one thing. Change. For worse or better, maintain. Good advice.
It's again,
Expect
though,
the unexpected.
It's the ICP version of inspirational quotes. In fact, this is just inspirational quotes. There's no fucks, there's no chainsaws, there's no hatchets. This is just them making an inspirational cat poster.
There's also no death pops. There might be a little death pop.
There haven't been death pops in song 2. Come on. They mention it. They pay lip service, but it's
16 definitely said to avoid the mighty death pop.
Sure, absolutely they said it, but the song's not about that.
No, it
doesn't
definitely
relate
isn't.
in any way.
No, it's not like he was jumping Springfield Gorge.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to be with Shaggy and Billy, my dogs for life, and I pray that'll never change every night. Yeah, this song is just about wanting to be with the people that you love forever. And Tim, of course, I will say, I could imagine a pretty nice little slice of heaven, you, me, and all the dogs that we've ever owned.
Aww.
For me, that will be a lot of dogs.
True. And Batman's gonna rape all of them. He's got a problem.
Yeah, he's going to try. He's got some dominance issues.
Yeah, there's some new age bullshit and positivity here. Truth is, happiness is in your own head. How you perceive shit, believe it is. It's all you. Some of us, sad fools, can't help it, living in a bad mood. Blah, 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 blah. You hit the bottom, shit finally gets better. Some don't need bank to laugh and live on the bright side, whatever the path. Listen, everything's good. We're ICP, but you don't need money. Don't need it. Listen, happiness is about knowing who you are. Don't get that face tattoo. That's not.
I went through here really carefully, and I want to see if you can pick up a trend because they tag team. One's a Shaggy verse, one's a Violent J verse. So here's the Violent J verse. I want to see you and me last forever. Loop this life up and end it never. And live through the ages, the lows, the stages, and never let them close the pages. Pretty optimistic. Want to be with you forever, having a good time. Here's Shaggy. To find peace of mind is impossible. Forever is plagued with obstacles. So we make the best of good times. We stuck on play. We can't rewind. I think this might be a cry for help.
I think he represents the Buddha. There's suffering, but true escape from suffering comes from accepting that you can't own things, that you just have to move through this life. There's no redos. You're stuck on play. There's no rewinding. You just accept and move forward.
Thus spake Zarathustra too dope.
Ugh, yeah. And that's it. We should be done, right? This is done.
Correct.
Right.
We're done. How did this do, Tim?
Well, this hit number 4 on the US Billboard 200 somehow. Huh? Although according to Wikipedia, it only sold total around 99,000 copies. That still seems high. That means that non-juggalos are buying this, and it must have been a really poor week in 2012, because even for 2012, I
don't know. Number 4.
That's what they said. That's what Wikipedia said.
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
Fair enough.
What did people think of it?
Well, Garrett, there are 180 total ratings on Amazon, 4.7 out of 5 stars on average, 84% 5-star, 2% 1-star, and I have 2 weird ones for you.
Excellent.
The first one is from Peter J. Garcia. It's called A Long Time Juggalo Speaks from 2012. First, all the haters can lick a rotten banana till it oozes out that brown, gross stuff it's filled with.
Good one.
I've been down for a very long time since the Riddle Box came out, and I was down since I was in 5th grade and grew to love the clowns and the music they made. I've grown with them as they grew in their personal lives. I've heard just about all their songs, and I've seen their ups and downs, and this album is not a down. In fact, I think the CD blows the roof out the house, car, or mud hut you may be living in. This is a work of creativity at its best. Their work is definitely heard and seen in the music as well as the packaging of the mighty death pop. This album is exactly what it says, death to pop music. They show this by using elements of pop music to murder the radio's bubblegum music. There are some great skits about people who risk their lives and end up dying before their time when they could have heeded warning but didn't. The best part, I think, is the outtakes and mistakes at the end of the CD. It just shows how much they put into it and how much they had fun making it. Wicked Clowns Will Never Die, MCL.
I don't know what to say about that.
Fair enough.
Didn't hear those outtakes.
Jody from 2012 titled her review, "If you like their music, it's good." I got this.
Yeah, no shit, Jody.
I got this as a gift from my fiance. He loves their music, so he was happy. I don't like their music, so I don't care one way or the other. He listened to it right away and didn't have any complaints, so it must be good if you're a fan. 5 out of 5 stars. Now, this brings up a huge issue because Jody is engaged to a juggalo. Juggalos are having sex with our normal women. And here's the thing. I clicked on Jody's name. I followed up with some future reviews, some from 2015. Jody married this juggalo.
Oh, no.
Here's the good news. He mellowed out a bit. He's walking around the house. He really likes his new shirt that says, "I like to party," and by party, I mean taking naps. They got a cat, and I mean,
You're so invested in their life.
her
This is
husband
terrifying.
got pretty into the Nintendo Wii U console, 32 gigabyte black deluxe set edition. I think
Wii U sucks.
I think that she suckered him in. She got a juggalo. Maybe she saw beneath the juggalo paint. This was not a tattooed juggalo. She converted him back into a normal person. She made
doing
him
Lord's
give up
work.
his juggalo ways.
I mean, it's hard. That's a hard job. It's, I'd rather
Thankless.
teach a feral cat.
Yeah.
Get scratched less.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Jody. We appreciate it. Doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah, Jody, if you're listening, and I assume you are, write in, let us know. The last
that
I've
Wii U?
heard, it was 2015. We're 7-8 years in the future now. How's it going?
Yeah, still got that Wii U.
I mean, probably.
Didn't get a Switch. Anyway, we can't just sit here and talk about Jody all day. Tim, who's this for?
I mean, this is
Hot juggalo action.
Yeah. This is if you want to lure a juggalo out of their weird hidey hole so that you can convert them into a normal man, this is the album for you.
Well put. And that brings us to final thoughts. What have we not said before we ask the big question?
God, nothing.
Do you think there's a chance that this album was actually supposed to be about the death of pop music?
No.
Okay, good.
I mean, well, here's the thing. Let's take that piece of advice or that piece of information. Let's go back to song 1 and reevaluate everything in that context. Track number 1, intro.
Are we going to do that?
No, God, no. Oh, God.
Okay. I thought you were really going to have like the mother of all bits. I was ready.
I've taken a whole
ready.
second set of notes.
We'll just pause real quick and come back. Okay, great. Good stuff. Can't believe it was ever number 4. That sounds like a lie. Let's just ask it. This has been very long. After going all the way through it, Tim, really considering the nitty gritty, do you hate this album?
Garrett, you know what? I think I kind of do. It's bad. It's not great music. They're not great rapists. They don't stick to their theme. It's way too long. This is at least, like, this is a real rule of 11 kind of thing, but they should have done it to themselves. This is not the best work of Insane Clown Posse. So I think I hate it. I think I do. What about you, friend? Did you get there? Did I get you there? You're clearly sitting in do you hate this album?
I hate you. I hate you. Actually, late breaking. This just in. I think I just got there.
Ooh, because you know
I
what?
think,
there's a box set that we were going to listen to if you said no.
Thank God. Yeah, I think I just got there solely on the basis of it's too long.
Yeah.
If you'd made it 12 tracks, I wouldn't hate it. I can guarantee you.
If it was significantly shorter, if I had to deal with way less of this, I would be much more forgiving. But
if anything,
forgiving.
I run out of steam.
Yeah.
I just don't have the tolerance. Okay. You hate it. I hate it. They did it to themselves. That wraps up another ICPissmas in the books. Merry fucking Pissmas. If you can, hey, folks, please reach out. hatePodMail@gmail.com, or you go to hatepod.com. That has like half of our episodes. Sorry. But you can click on contact us in the upper left-hand corner, and that is a way to email us if you'd like to do it that way. I don't know why you would, but you can. If you do want to help the show, whatever service you're using to listen to the show, go in there, rate, review, subscribe, follow, whatever it is that they ask you to do to let them know you enjoy this show. Please go do that. I think Spotify, it's just, follow the show and download automatically. Apple Podcast app, of course, you can give us the 5 stars, and we want them. And if you got a little extra time, throw a super weird and wacky review in there. Now is a great time of year to do it. Tim and I are getting ready, gearing up for the year in review, and that always includes our fucking weirdest reviews of the year. So get out there, open that podcast app, 5 stars right up front. You don't even have to have Apple to have the app. I believe they released it on Android as well. Download the app, give us the 5 stars, write some crazy ass shit, and hear it read on on this very show. It's not hard. You can also reach out to us on Instagram. That's HatePod. Twitter's Album HatePod. I'm G Harvey Tweets on Twitter. And God, I want to hear from you. Reach out. I'm talking to a number of you now about all sorts of weird shit. One of you straight up scares me. You know who you are. Let's see. We got subreddits. We got Discord servers. Basically all the modern means of communicating with us. We've got a YouTube channel. It's all audio, but if you want to listen to it, have at it. You could do that too. I think that's about it for Why I Hate This Album. I have been one of your hosts, Garrett Harvey.
I have been the other, Timothy P. Richardson, and on January 5th, 2014, Garrett Down to Clown Harvey said, "It's as if all their pockets are filled with jam."
I don't remember that. Were they?
There's cowboys running through my dreams. Nothing's quite the way it seems. I joined the Navy, got kicked out in a week. My facial features aren't distinct. Try to find some meaning in these songs. The genius is a genius, got it wrong. No, it's a lobster murder sex thing. It's the bleaching of the rear. A full assault on both your ears. The riffs are too repetitive. The lyrics make no sense. All the songs are B-sides. The cover art's a mess. Listen to it for a week. Now that week has passed. It's the Why I Hate This Album podcast with Tim and Garrett.